Ooh, hello there, my fellow tycoons. GoodTimesWithScar here, and welcome to Roller Coaster Tycoon World Beta. So, leading up to the launch of Roller Coaster Tycoon World, there are going to be a series of betas, and this is the first one, focusing mostly upon the roller coaster creation. So, that's what we're going to work on today, and let's get right into it. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to go down to Sandbox and name your park. And I'm positive you guys already know what I'm going to name this park, and that is Scar Park, of course. So let's load it up and get it going. So as you guys know, Roller Coaster Tycoon is my favorite game franchise. I absolutely love theme parks and the creation of roller coasters and themed rides, and this game just fits right into that. And we're loaded up here, and my first impressions of the game, this is the first time I've loaded up, is it looks absolutely beautiful. Look at all the detail in the, the ticket building, looking very beautiful, all the shadows, and of course, being Halloween weekend, there is quite a few pumpkins and things for the beta, and then there's some ghost peeps down there, of course. Because this is focusing mostly upon the creation of roller coasters, there's not going to be any, buildings or flat rides or financial things. It's mostly just focused on getting some roller coasters built, kind of testing and adjusting to see if everything's working. So yeah, are you guys ready to start? So let's get right into it. So I've watched the live streams and a couple of videos that came out of PAX, so I have kind of a basic idea of how everything rolls. But I might have some difficulties here and there, so bear with me, of course. So let's jump into the coaster builder, and then we're going to go over here to my favorite coaster, the Hyper Coaster. Let's click the Hyper Coaster. And then I'm going to, let's see, create a custom one. Okay, beautiful. And then let me move my mouse wheel over just a little bit. Okay. And then from the videos I've seen, as you can see, there's a small circle that radiates around there. These are areas you can place different things to increase the excitement level, I think, because that's kind of how some of the old Roller Coaster Tycoons were. Let me place this. Ooh, no, I kind of want to go sci-fi. Ooh, what do you think? Sci-fi? Totally think we should go sci-fi. Or what's this one? Oh my gosh, is that a thatched roof? Thatched roof it is, my friends. There we go. All right, so far this kind of has the same feel as Roller Coaster Tycoon in the prior, installments. But this is where things get different, and this is where we get to have a little bit more customization when it comes to roller coasters. As you can see, we can be way more free with our coaster design. Look at this. We can pull it all around, and this is my first chance to kind of get my hands on this, which is exciting. So yeah, look at how we can get this. So you might have noticed how if we go over here, that means it's dangerous. The ride's not going to function if it's red. If it's yellow, if I can get a yellow section, that means I think it's kind of intense. I don't know if that's a complete fail or if it's kind of be careful yellow. I think it's more like a be careful yellow. Don't go to red, I think. Anyway, first thing we need to do, we need a chain lift so we can get this thing up into the air. And, oh, okay, that's convenient. So let's hit our chain lift. There we go. And then we're going to zoom up a little bit. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to shift click, and using the middle mouse button or shift wheel, things of that nature, we're going to bring her up like this. Look at that. Super duper awesome. So I'm just going to scale this out just a little bit, and I think I'm going to go up to, I guess go up to about 50. Yeah, that's a pretty good roller coaster height there. So I'm going to put that at about right there, and as you can see, we've got our first section ready to go. So the ride will come up here, up our chain lift, and to about here. Okay. Now I'm going to, let's see, I want some standard track. Let's see, friction brakes, boosters. Oh, standard. Hello, standard. And then I'm going to do is come over here. So as you can see, there's not, like we talked about, there's no like curved track, straight track. So there's so much more customization you can do this, but it also means it's going to be quite a bit more difficult to kind of get exactly what you want. So that's kind of my dilemma at the moment, is trying to get the exact, style I want. Being the first time and on camera, you want to be somewhat confident. And so I'm trying my best here. So as you can see, I brought that down just ever so slightly to give the train a little momentum to go around the curve here. And then let's see, let's drop over, let's start here, okay? So we're gonna do a drop. So this is the drop of the ride. I don't know if we can do tunnels yet. That would be cool. So one way of always increasing excitement level on a ride was to do, a drop or something along those lines. So I want this to be somewhat straight. That's my number one trouble here, is to make sure this is straight. So I think that's about as straight. I'm not sure yet. I think, oh, there we go. That's straight. Okay, I'm happy with that. Well, let's do something like this. We can even curve it just a little bit like that. Yeah, let's do something like that. We'll curve it a little bit. Let's see if we can go over to this button over here. We will click that, we'll re-grab this, and what we can do is we can give it a little bit of a rotation. We're just gonna give that a little rotation. If we go too far, you can see how we hit the, the point of no return there, so we don't wanna do that. So we're just gonna give it just an ever so slight rotation like that. I think that's cool. And then I'm just gonna bring that to about there, okay? And then I want to straighten it up. So I'm gonna bring it back into a 0. So I'm gonna bring it back to, oh, wait, I might actually have to gently bring it back to a 0. That might be actually too high. Let's go back to 1, and then we're gonna start bringing it up. I think this is what we're gonna do. Okay, having trouble with the camera. Don't worry, we got this, You kind of, finesse it a little bit so we get it to where we want. There we go. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be kind of an intense ride. So let's cut it in a little bit. There we go, let's do it about 30. All right, I'm liking that, Look at that drop. That is fun. That's like you're flying. That's the kind of roller coaster I would love to go on. Something that's not too, wild in the way of loops and things. I like these kind of flying, swooping style of coasters. Okay, let's put it right about there. And are we at any of a rotation? I don't think so, but I think that's good. I love that. If that was real, that would be so much fun. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to jump back over here to check to see if we have any of a rotation, and we're gonna bring it back to 0. We're gonna click, we're gonna bring it back to 0, as you can see, and we're still red when we go to 0. I wonder if we need to go up a little bit higher just to lower our momentum. We might be actually going a little too fast. So let me bring this to about 15. I'm gonna cut that into about 15. I'm gonna go back to middle 1, bring that up just to about 36, I think would be great. There we go, okay. And then I'm gonna click down here. Oh my gosh, we're getting wild. We're getting wild. So yeah, it's you know what would be cool? Is that there was an option to have some straight pieces and then also be able to more customize it. Maybe, I don't know, these are just my first impressions. I think once I get a little bit more hang of this, it'll become a lot more easy. So I'm gonna bring that down to about there, okay? I'm gonna go over to my middle mouse button. I'm just gonna give this a little less rotation. I'm gonna give it a 15. Beautiful, okay. And then I'm gonna cut in here. I'm gonna give this a 0. So I'm gonna come back to 0. Oh, it's red again. Every time we go red, it seems to, oh, I just needed to make it so it didn't go from, what it was, 30 or whatever, to 0 instantly. So if we just give it a little bit of a spread there. Awesome, hey, there we go. Well, we're learning, we're getting this set up. And most amazing roller coaster ever. Yeah, there we go. That's more clean. You can see how it's a lot more clean right there. So yeah, let me kind of keep finessing with this a little bit, and I'll see you in just a minute. Alright, and welcome back. So I haven't really done anything too much, just wanted to kind of practice a little bit. One thing I found, if you have a piece that you want to delete, you can highlight it green and then just hit delete on your keyboard and it will delete it. I kept hitting backspace and that didn't work, so don't try that. Hit the delete button, hit the actual delete key. There we go. So yeah, I didn't really do too much, just kind of played around with it, just kind of get my feels for it. I'm loving it. Let's see, I'm gonna go over to 2 here. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a rotation. Not too much, because as you can see, we are gonna have quite a bit of speed here. So I'm gonna give it just enough to kind of give it a little bit of some, some good momentum and make you kind of feel alive when you hit that curve and all that good stuff. So just give it a little something there, and I'm gonna bring it closer back to, let's bring it back more towards a 15, and then let's end that at about a 0. But remember, we got to pull it out just a little bit to give it a little bit of room. There we go, there we go. So when we come down that hill, we're gonna have quite a bit of speed, but we have a nice big swoop there where we can get going again. Okay, and then we're gonna go back over to 1 here, and then we're gonna pull this up just ever so slightly. Like, let's see, let's bring it up to, let's hold it at about 18 or so. I think that's perfect. There we go. So yeah, there might be some adjustment. This might not work at all. Who knows? This is my first try at this, so we'll see. Then we'll hit 1 once again. We'll bring it down just ever so slightly. We'll hit 2, give it just a slight rotation. There we go. Pull that out just a little bit more. There we go. And we can kind of bring it in just slightly more. Oh, I'm loving this thing so far. Okay, let's start bringing this over here. Let's bring this down once again. Let's actually make it a little more curved. Let's actually really bring it to like a 45. Here we go. Looking good. Looking good. I'm going to bring it downwards just a smidge bit more. So I'm going to bring that down just a little bit more. There we go. And I think I'm going to click onto this guy over here. If I can, there we go. I'm going to bring this down 1, 2, just to keep bringing it down. We keep getting a little lower, a little bit lower. There we go. And we're going to have some really beautiful, like, helix curves. I forgot exactly what the term is for these particular, this particular curve, but I think that's something similar to that. There we go. And I don't want to go into the station. That's not right. So what if we went back up maybe a little bit? Just ever so slightly. And then we can come back down once again and really swoop into the station. I think that would be really fun and exciting. There we go. And then let's bring it in. Ooh, that's red. That's not going to work, my friends. That is not going to work. So we're going to have to readjust here. So how about we even go out a little bit? We can even go out maybe? Invalid location. We can't do that. Let's see if we can. Trying to figure out how we can best get this in there. Okay, invalid, Scar, invalid. Why don't we reset? Let's just reset. Let's pull it. Let's pull this out a little bit. Pull it out as much as we can, actually. There we go. And then we can start bringing it in. So let's go over to 2, and let's start bringing that back. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this from a 45. I'm gonna pull it to like a 15. There we go. And attach that like that. Okay, it's gonna get a little crazy at the end there, but I think we've got something pretty darn cool. So I'm gonna give this thing a test. Are you guys ready to test this thing? Oh my gosh, our very first roller coaster, our first hyper coaster. So while that's going, I'm gonna build a quick pathway. So like we talked about before, all this is actually not usable at this moment because of course it is. Let's actually pick a pathway. Ooh, I like this one. We're gonna pick that. And we're going to pull that all the way across to out here. Beautiful. And we're going to connect that to the exit. So that's the exit. And then we're going to, of course, have a queue because we have to have a queue for people to line up for. There we go. We're going to click that there and get that there and there and there. Wonderful. And I don't see like a marquee for the attraction. That'd be cool if there was like a cool marquee you could put over your attraction. And hello, you are not going. Why are you not going? Are we paused? Are we paused? Let me see something here. Maybe when we're actually doing like work here, testing. Come on, testing 1, 2, 3. There we goes. Okay, so while it's working its way up the hill, let's do just a bit of scenery. Let's just see what we got in scenery category. Ooh, hello Douglas Fir. Welcome Douglas Fir. Welcome to my life. There we go. Let's just put a couple trees here and there, looking good. Adding trees, plant life, different things like that, scenery pieces, all increase the excitement level. At least it did in the past roller coasters. So I assume that could be the same for this one. At least I hope. Hello, Sequoia tree. Welcome once again. It's great to have you. And put that across here. Nice. That looks pretty cool, actually. Kind of gives it a nice foresty feel around here. And let's place a couple of more of those around here. We can place as many of those as we want. Yeah, you might be thinking to yourself, Scar, if you're not careful, you're gonna get a little over crazy with the landscaping. And this is true. This is very true. All right, here it goes, guys. Okay, let's put our landscaping away. There we go. Okay, here it goes. Here it goes. Oh my gosh, first impressions. I love first impressions of games. It's so fun to kind of, experiment. And actually, I think we did pretty good for our first impressions here. And I think we've got a pretty awesome roller coaster. Hopefully it's safe, Scar safe, of course. And oh my gosh, that looks super fun. Can we make it over the hill? Success. Right over the hill like that. Looking good, looking good. I love these swooping coasters like this. This is my worry here. This might be a little too intense. But I think it did okay. Did okay. Nice. And then up we go like that. Awesome. And then around we go into the corner here. Coming around, haha, into the Sequoia Twist. That's what we're gonna call this ride, the Sequoia Twist. That's right, it's the Sequoia Twist. There we go, and around the station. And, ooh, that's a tight curve. Oh, that's a tight curve. We might want to adjust that a little bit. But there we go, that is super awesome. Let's see if we can see some statistics for this. Excitement level's a little low. It's an extreme coaster, but it was our first There's our first one, my friends. Hopefully we can move that up a little bit. Can we move that up a little bit? I wonder if I can maybe adjust that with a couple bits of decor, maybe. Let's put a couple rocks here. We're just gonna put a couple rocks here to maybe make our ride a little more exciting. Wasn't exactly the most exciting attraction ever. But like I said, I like these long swooping coasters more than like, you know, lots of, you know, twists and turns and stuff. But that might not be everybody's cup of tea. So we're just gonna put a couple rocks here, just kind of set them and assort them in a relatively pleasing way. Yes, please, whatever that is, I'm gonna put that right there. Can I rotate this? Oh, yes, we can. Oh, that's pretty simple. Oh, that's nice, I like that. That's pretty cool. That's gonna be the marquee of the attraction, because we don't really have a marquee. Wonderful, any other things? That's an owl, apparently. What other things are there? Oh, what is this? An L-shaped rock? Oh, this is so cool. Oh, I just get way too crazy when it comes to these, all the decorations and oh, an old Western bench. Heck yeah, we're gonna put some benches down. Nice, nice. And we, you know, we gotta recycle. Gotta do our good recycling, everyone. Don't forget that. Don't forget to be your civic duty there. And a little shout out to Atari, I suppose, right there. Anything else? A little bit of, now that doesn't really fit our theme. Let's actually go back. Okay, we can't do buildings, so we'll not do that. Any other trees we want to plant? This is a sequoia twist, by the way, so we do want to make sure we put a couple more of these guys in here. So we'll just put a couple of those guys right over here. There we go. Looking good, looking good. We'll put one more right there. And then let's put a couple of these guys just to balance everything out so it's not too crazy. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. And then a couple of those guys across there. Beautiful. Anything else? How about a dead tree for good measure? Just to keep things natural. And I think that's good. I think that's good. Did we increase our level of excitement at all? We did. We increased it ever so slightly. Well, there we go, my friends. That is our first try at our roller coaster. I don't know if we can actually. And there we go. We're riding it. Oh, this is so exciting. I cannot wait to ride this thing. So we've got our sequoias all placed in a pleasing way around the coaster, of course. The attraction's going to be called the Sequoia Twist. Oh, that's awesome. It'd be cool even if we can get into like a third-person perspective. That might be pretty cool. But, oh my gosh, here we go, aboard the Sequoia Twist. Here we go. All right, we're almost up. We're at about 50 or so meters at the top here. Making our curve. Making around. Haha. I wonder if there's music, if we can like add music to the ride. That might be pretty cool. Oh my gosh, the Sequoia Twist, woohoo! Oh my gosh, if we had like an Oculus on, that would be crazy. Oh, that would be crazy. Woohoo! And swooping around, this could be more, a little bit more twist to that, maybe a little bit. I think we can go more to like a 45. I think we went to 45 here. I think we should do that more often. That's more of a twist, a little bit more thrilling, I think. And, ooh, there we go, Sequoia Twist. That was fun. I like that. That was really cool. I can't wait to get into this and actually make some worthwhile roller coasters that people really enjoy and getting into the scenery, the flat rides, and all that stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed our first look at Roller Coaster Tycoon World. Let me know how you liked it and if you guys want to see more of this content. And yeah, so until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and we'll see you later.